Hello and welcome back to the Trainers of the World Tournament Season 2. I'm your host DeltaTDS, and today we've got a crazy match for you today. It's nothing like blue versus red, like match 21. But I'd say it's still up there. We've got the Pokemon trainer Gary going up against the Sinnoh champion Cynthia. Cynthia was on an undefeated streak in Season 1 before she lost to Faulkner. I think round 5. There are some crazy moments in that match. I suggest you go watch it for yourself. Spoiler alert, Cynthia didn't win. She was voted back in. One of the most voted too. Cynthia's got the Mega Lucario Z as her ace, as Gary has Blastoise as his ace, presumably a Mega Blastoise. Once these trainers are ready, we can begin match 28 and see who's going to take game number 1. Cynthia's starting off with the Lucario Z and the Roserade. Gary's starting off with Regidrago and Magmar. Aura Sphere doing 59% to Regidrago. Earth Power does 80% to Lucario. Mudshot lowering Magmar's accuracy. Heat Wave still hits Lucario and takes it out, burning the Roserade as well. First turn and Cynthia's lost her Mega, but things can turn around. She's going to send out the Milotic now. This thing can be quite the tank with that Marvel scale ability, and it can be threatening with the competitive ability. Roserade going for the Protect, Magmar going for the Protect, Earth Power doing 20%, Scald hitting Magmar's Protect, Milotic revealing to have that Flame Orb, so it is Marvel scale, boosting that defense up by quite a bit. Earth Power doing 18% to Milotic, Sludge Bomb takes out the Regidrago, Milotic goes for a Calm Mind, Heat Wave doing 6% while it takes out the Roserade. Milotic sitting at 51%, currently 5v4 right now. Cynthia sends out the Spirit Tomb, Gary sends out the Hatterene. Magmar going for Follow Me, Shadow Sneak gonna cause Spirit Tomb to get burned. Dazzling Gleam does 2/3 to Spirit Tomb. Spirit Tomb going for Protect, Magmar going for Follow Me, Scald taking out the Magmar. Dazzling Gleam hits Spirit Tomb's Protect, only does 20% to Milotic. The burn puts Milotic under half health as Gary sends out the Umbreon. It's now a 4v4, even game in terms of number of Pokemon. Milotic going at Terra Water, doing 59% with that Scald to Hatterene. Snarl is going to lower Milotic's special attack. Spirit Tomb burns the Umbreon. Dazzling Gleam takes out the Spirit Tomb. And Cynthia sends out the Garchomp now. A terrifying threat on Cynthia's team. Rock Slide's gonna miss the Hatterene. Milotic going for the recover. Umbreon flinching. Dazzling Gleam takes out the Garchomp. And Cynthia sends out her final Pokemon, that Gastrodon. Milotic going for Scald, boosting the Gastrodon's special attack. Earth Power doing 27%. Giga Drain nearly taking out that Gastrodon. Icy Wind slowing down Gary's team. Earth Power doing 28% to Hatterene. Snarl lowering Cynthia's Pokemon special attack. Dazzling Gleam takes out the Gastrodon. And Milotic goes down to that burn. Gary, with 4 Pokemon remaining, takes game number 1. From Cynthia's side, we saw the Life Orb on that Garchomp. We saw leftovers on the Spirit Tomb. We saw everything from that Milotic. The Terra Water, we saw the Marble Scale, Flame Orb, Scald, Calm Mind, Recovery, Icy Wind. We saw the Black Sludge on Roserade, the Leftovers on Gastrodon, and that Lucario Z. And then from Gary's side, we saw the Hatterene, we saw the Umbreon with Synchronize and Leftovers, Magmar with Follow Me, Protect, and Heat Wave, and Regidrago with Earth Power. We didn't see anything from Gary's Blastoise or that Nidoking. We are back on the field for game number 2, and we can see that Cynthia's brought the Mega Garchomp Z, as well as Porygon Z, Electros, and Como-O, keeping the Spiritomb and the Roserade, as Gary has kept the same team from game 1. Once these trainers are ready, we can see if Cynthia brings us to a game number 3, or if Gary takes a 2-0 win. Cynthia starting off with Garchomp and Porygon. Gary's sending out the Regidrago and the Umbreon. The Z-Megas are notorious for being some of the fastest Pokemon in the series with a base 151 speed stat. And this is consistent with Lucario Z, Absol Z, and Garchomp Z. So they're like all glass cannons. Draco Meteor gonna take out the Regidrago. Tri-Attack does over a third to Umbreon. Snarl's gonna lower the special attack on Cynthia's team. And Gary's gonna send out the Nidoking, a Pokemon we haven't seen last game. Switching out to the Electros and the Como-O. Ice Beam does 44% to Electros. Umbreon Toxics the Como-O, as Umbreon reveals to have the Leftovers. Como-O go for the Protect. Sludge Bomb takes out the Electros. Umbreon tries to taunt Como-O, but it hits that Protect. That Toxic slowly building up. Cynthia's going to send out the Porygon Z. Ice Beam does 85% to Nidoking. Ice Beam does 55% to Como-O. Body Press does 51% to Umbreon. And Umbreon goes for the Toxic on that Porygon Z. Como-O's at 18% right now, or took 18% from that Toxic. It's not going to survive this next turn. We saw that Porygon Z was faster than everything else. Umbreon going for Protect. Ice Beam takes out the Nidoking. And Como-O goes for that Iron Head into the Protect. Not able to hit and goes down that Toxic. It's currently 4v4 right now, as Gary sends out the Magmar and Cynthia sends out the Roserade. We see the Terra Normal from the Porygon. Tri-Attack takes out the Umbreon. Heat Wave only hitting that Porygon Z. Magmar was a pain for Cynthia to deal with last game, and we'll see how she deals with it this game. Gary's going to send out his ace, the Blastoise that he's kept in the back. First time we're seeing it this match. Going to a Mega Evolve, Mudshot does 38% to Magmar, lowering its speed. Thunderbolt does 54% to Blastoise. Aura Sphere takes out the Porygon Z. Heat Wave does 80% to Roserade, as it heals a little bit up thanks to that Black Sludge. And Cynthia sends out the Garchomp. Switching out to the Hatterene. Earth Power nearly takes out that Magmar. Giga Drain does 41% to Hatterene. Heat Wave takes out the Roserade. It does 11% to Garchomp. And Cynthia's down to her final Pokemon, that Spiritomb. Magmar goes for Follow Me. Gets burned by the Flame Body. Earth Power does 39% to Hatterene. And Dazzling Gleam takes out the Garchomp, leaving Spiritomb alone. And Gary sends out the Blastoise, I assume. Shadow Sneak does 15% to Hatterene. Water Pulse finishes off Spiritomb. And Gary takes a game number 2, which means he's our winner for match number 28. It was a tough fight, but Gary managed to pull through in the end. and he will be going on to round 2, where he'll be facing off against the Team Aqua admin Shelly. I believe she's got a Kyogre, the regular one. Join us tomorrow, where we'll be seeing the Pokemon trainer Chris going up against the Pokemon wielder Akari. And the winner of that match will be going on to face Zinnia in round 2. Thank you so much for watching, and until then, take care.